Greetings. I'd like to share with you a reading once again from the Gospel of John, chapter 11, verses 17 through 27. This is a story of Jesus and Martha, a good friend of his. Hear the word of the Lord. Let God's Spirit speak. When Jesus arrived, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb 4 days. Now Bethany was near Jerusalem, some 2 miles away, and many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to console them about their brother. When Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went and met him, while Mary stayed at home. Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now, I know that God will give you whatever you ask of him." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise again." Martha said to him, "I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day." Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Those who believe in me, even though they die, will live, and everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one coming into the world." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. When Jesus shows up here at Bethany and Martha meets him, you can hear the frustration in her voice. She goes to Jesus and she says to him, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." She's frustrated and she's hurt. And maybe she's a bit angry. Her brother Lazarus has died. And of course, death takes us from everything that we know. Takes us from family and friends. And the situation is never the same. Changes everything. It is, if you will, an enemy of ours, something that we cannot forget is coming our way. None of us will escape it. But one of the points here in the story is very important to catch. Martha loves Jesus very much, and she knows that he loves her. And he loves her probably with a depth that she's unaware of. Deeply in only the ways that God possibly can do. She's free to express her frustration, her anger, and maybe some even resentment. It's hard to know because we're not standing there. We don't see Martha's face. We don't hear the tone of her voice. She never lacks for a moment a sense of belief in who Jesus is. She has a sense that he will be there to comfort her, to bring her some sense of peace. She also knows her theology and finds a certain amount of peace in knowing that there will be one day of resurrection. But she's not got any kind of a clue what Jesus is going to do for her. She just trusts in him. She may be a little frustrated, maybe a little angry, but her relationship with Christ doesn't vary. She feels free to share with him her thoughts, her hurts, and what's going on inside of her soul. And yet, Martha also trusts him. She turns to him and knows that he will bring comfort, that he will bring peace, that he will be present to her. I like what this text is telling us, that as we are on our relationship with Jesus Christ that is personal, there'll be much in this life that we come across that'll frustrate us, that'll cause us to ponder and to wonder. And to maybe say like Martha did, if you'd been here, this might not have happened. Christ is present for us. Christ loves us enough to hear our hurts, the things inside of our souls. Christ is here to bring us comfort, to bring us peace, and to act on our behalf. He never stops loving us. We're free here to love him, to share our heart's desires, as well as our hurts, our frustrations, and our disappointments. And Christ will not leave us nor forsake us. He'll be present to walk with us. We can trust in him. He's a dear person. He's God's Son. He is the Messiah who has come into the world, and he is here for us. Trust in him. Believe in him. May God bless you. May God keep you. And may God always hold you close. And may you feel the very presence of Christ in your life. Amen.